On this episode of the Archives, we're going to look at a house that was built in the early 1900s. It's been vacant for over a decade. Today we're going to get a tour with some of the family members that actually grew up in the home in its former glory days.
Foyer. We had an organ that sat over there, and mom had added these cabinet closet doors, and we had little tykes like refrigerator, stove, sink kind of things, plastic toys and things.
So in this room here, I'm assuming this is the living room.
Right, yeah, this was where it all happened as far as the family get together after dinner or in the morning before, things are going on, but we had a piano that sat right there.
Yeah.
And there was a long couch, and then there was some antique chairs that sat here. And of course, Dad kept the fireplace stoked during the holidays, during Christmas and Thanksgiving, and the family would gather. He always kept fire going in there.
Yep. Look at the columns.
Yeah, it matches the big main columns coming in the room.
All right.
And then I guess you noticed the window seating there. Mom put that in.
Right.
When we first moved into the house, it wasn't there.
Right. Sadly, coming to some of these older homes.
Yeah, I know. Vandalism is tough when you got a vacant home.
Yeah.
Of course, haven't been in this home for years.
And this home has been vacant for years.
Yep.
So, man.
This is the original French doors that was here when we lived here. Coming into the dining room.
I have to sculpt that out.
Yeah.
Frame it. It'd be crazy.
Now we probably spent more time in this room, maybe other than the living room, during the daytime hours in here eating dinner.
Right.
We had the buffet was along here where all the food would have been laid out. Mom had a china cabinet right there. And there was like an antique table here that Mom had some crystal, maybe punch,
Right.
or tea or whatever sitting here.
Seem to be fancy.
Now, when we first moved into the home, my older brother Bart, this was his bedroom right here. Of course, there was curtains for privacy. He had his own little bathroom off to the side there.
Now, did Betty paint this?
She did, yeah. My mom, Nana, painted.
So she did something on the ceiling.
She did something on the ceiling.
The clouds.
Yeah.
That bathroom's pretty distraught.
Yeah, it is. Pretty rough. And then too, my grandfather from Kansas City, Missouri, he came and stayed with us for a while. He was just a few years before he passed, and we kept him here, and he stayed in this room. Of course, by that time, Bart had moved out years before, but Grandpa stayed in this room for a little while. Yeah, the big dining room table that sat here is still in my mom's house down in Alabama.
Right. And I'm assuming this used to open.
Yeah, that went out. That opened up and went out onto the front porch.
Kind of like it painted over time. I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. And one of the descendants of Steve, she's going to talk about some memories that she has in the dining room, particularly with family, cousins.
Yeah, so I obviously have a little bit different memories than my dad, being they were all out of the house and it was full of my cousins, so they're kids at that point. And so the dining room for me, this was my Nana's art studio, and she had a day bed in here, and she had all of her tables and stuff set up and all of her paint on the wall. I remember when she painted all of this and watching her do it. And that's something, as all of our cousins, I think we got a little bit of artistic ability from my Nana, and she really helped nurture that in all of us. So we were always excited to watch her, have her show us how to paint. dining room just in general. We have a rather large family, so we had all of our holidays here, so all the cousins would be here, all aunts, uncles, and everything, so much food, and we'd be all around this table. And of course, the kids would get stuck at a smaller table over here. And we were always jealous not to get the big table. So we spent a lot of time in this room, and it's kind of what this house in general nurtured our family for so many years and kept us so close that it's crazy. I could just like see everybody in the house.
So the back half looks a little more rough on this end.
Yeah, the kitchen. Now, when we lived here, there was not tile on the floor. I think it was like linoleum. But there was a door, the dining room door that swung both ways, separating the kitchen from the dining room, and that was always closed. Of course, you got your chute that ran to the basement that goes up there, and there's a little door there, and there's a broom closet. But we had a table in here too, I think, a smaller table for breakfast and stuff.
So is all this stuff, was this here when you were here? Is this your microwave?
You know, there was a microwave there, and it probably was that one, but I don't remember specifically.
How they had the vent.
Yeah, the vent's inside there. We had a deep freezer on that back porch. It's that back porch so bad we can't get out there.
Yeah, we'll show you some
And then
pictures.
right over here is the way you go down into the downstairs basement. We'll look down there after a while.
And we'll grab some lights. There's no electricity in this place right now, so.
And then that's the back stairway. Now, when this house was originally built, way back in the day, of course, you had servants' quarters, and this was the servants' stairway. They were not allowed to take the spiral pretty staircase. The maid or the janitor or whatever they called them, they went up and down the back stairs to access going up and down.
Yeah.
But my room was upstairs, and I had a shower in the basement. I'd run up and down with just my underwear on most of the time, coming out of the shower, with maybe a towel wrapped around me.
You got a pretty nasty washroom.
Yeah, washer and dryer. And that oven looks like the original. I wonder how many casseroles my mom made inside that oven. Kind of check the steps as we go, because I'm not a 78-pound boy anymore. Yeah, these steps can break. I used to run up and down them when I was a kid, real fast.
Like you do in your house, stomp,
Yep.
stomp, stomp.
Bump, bump, bump. Oh wow!
All right. Wow.
I'll tell you, my shower. See this corner? That corner that is in the concrete.
Yeah.
My shower set down in there.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I guess the drain is stopped up.
Well, it's sump pump. There's a sump pump over there, and that kept it drained out in heavy rain times of heavy rain. This is the furnace on the left. This is back up in there. Hot water heater.
We got some shelves down here.
Yeah, laundry.
Your books here. Water treatment. Laundry table. Real clean spot.
It's pretty nasty down here. That went up on the back porch. We never did use that though. Dad had a freezer sitting over the top of that, so we never did go up through there. Servant stairwell. I used to go up and down these stairs a lot. Alright, the back hallway. Now this right here was my little brother Philip's room when we moved in here. here.
They didn't give him much space.
And it seemed smaller then because I guess all the furniture he had a twin bed over there, like a desk or something over there.
Wow.
Cabinets, closet.
It's kind of falling down.
Yeah.
That's your attic.
Yeah. Now my room is on the end back here.
Yeah.
We can't go in there; it's in too bad a shape. But that was my bedroom. I had the biggest, probably the biggest room of all the kids. No, Annie did. Annie had the bigger room. We'll look at it in a minute.
Oh yeah, she's the girl.
At one time, that was a sun porch. That was a sun porch, and then it was just enclosed and made into a room.
It's completely gone.
Yeah, the weather has just gotten to it. The roof is gone.
Alright, so we'll continue down, I guess,
The bathroom.
this little swivel of a way. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Here's where the dumbwaiter start, or the chute, laundry chute started. You put your dirty clothes right in there, and goes all the way to the basement.
Wow.
And at one time we had a washer in the basement when we first moved in.
Look at the tub. Looks like someone's been trying to clean on it.
And this medicine cabinet here was here when we were here.
Oh wow.
You put razor. There used to be a slot in the back. Well, the razor blades. I don't see it. Maybe that's not the original. It sure looks like it is.
Look at the handles, how old.
Yeah. Towels. We kept our towels and washcloths in there. That color is the same as it was when we lived here, I think.
Wow.
This was a pretty big bathroom. I mean,
yeah.
For a house that's 100 years old.
Right. We'll make our way down the hallway.
The upstairs hallway.
So whose room was this one?
This was Annie's room first, when we first moved into the home.
Okay.
And then of course later when Annie got married and moved out, then this at one point became my dad's bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this room here.
This was a family room, extra room, fireplace room. We had couches in there. We had a pull-out bed if we had guests stay.
Right.
I had a TV in here at one time and watched TV at night and stuff. It was pretty big.
This one's now.
That was Mom and Dad's room whenever we first moved into the home. The big bed was here. And she had a thing set up with the TV right there. I can't remember what was over in that corner there.
And of course, some more vandalizing.
Yeah, the vandals and the weather together is just really...
Pretty yucky day out. A little wet. Look at that door. I guess the bottom hinge.
Yeah.
Is this why Amber likes Coke?
Must be.
But
this door, a lot of the times that I remember, that door was shut and there was furniture there. So we had to go out in the hallway to get into that room. It wasn't kept open like that all the time.
Right.
When we were younger, me and my cousin Brooke, we were convinced that there was trapdoors in this house and that they led somewhere secret, hiding something. So we searched up and down and we were for sure that it was under the giant rug that was under Nana's bed. And we would look and look and look. And that is actually when we found out about the secret staircase that you guys came up earlier from the kitchen, because that was all closed off at the point that I remember the house. We had like shelving in front of it with games and things like that. So you didn't know it existed. But that is when Nana and Papa actually told us about that staircase when we were looking for trapdoors in the staircase or in the house.
Well, this is the family room, extra room. Had a couch. There was a couch that was right along there. I remember one time we had a family meeting in here, and me and Annie and Bart, Mom and Dad, all of us was in here, I think, one time, having a meeting. And this, he stored firewood on that. That was a firewood store. And then he just, somebody had a shelf, I don't know if we did or not.
Yeah.
Do that.
So
But
this
Dad did re-brick this, I believe. If I remember right, he did, and then we had a manhole. What happened to that? All right, this was Dad's, Annie's room when we first moved in. Annie's room, and then later after Annie moved out, Dad's bed was here, and Dad stayed in this room.
Right.
I will tell a little thing on Annie. When she lived here, and this was her room, she would open up a window and she would crawl out and she would sunbathe out on the roof of that porch, right there on that porch. I remember that. She put a blanket out there,
Oh man.
and nobody could see her from the road outside because she was up on the roof. But Annie did that a lot.
So did he paint these floors? I see that. It kind
Yeah, I think so. I think Dad painted that, but I'm not positive on that.
Right.
But I believe he did. And there's the doorbell, and there's the doorbell ring. That'd be the little ringer dealie, still there.
Yeah.
And the spiral staircase, again, this was shipped here, I believe, if I remember right, from St. Louis, Missouri.
Wow.
But then it came maybe from overseas, England or France or somewhere. I remember somewhere, but it came through St. Louis is what I remember.
So many hands have touched here
Yeah.
going down, and it's actually got a warp from that.
The spiral staircase.